sitarudi nyuma, Misri naenda Kanaani imba. Oh, mwambie Farao, mimi naokoka, sitarudi nyuma, Misri naenda Kanaani imba.
Thank you for the praise and worship. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Welcome back from that very important session where we've just had the commissioning and the prayers by our Lord Bishop Patrick Wakula, Baba Toyanziza. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation and being with us here despite your busy schedule. So I want to thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we once again want to welcome you on this very, very important and special day in the history of Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery, when we are holding our first and ever first graduation ceremony. We want to thank you for joining us. We are indeed very grateful. The program is already on schedule and we are moving on well. And I would like to let you know that the chief guest is with us. He has arrived. And very soon, the procession will be getting here in the graduation arena. And once they get in here, we shall kindly request you all to stand up when they get in here. And then the whole function will continue to run as per the program. But once again, we want to say thank you so much for honoring our invitation. Thank you so much for being part of the development of this institution. Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you, for supporting us. I know many members of this community have supported us in different ways. The Boda guys have supported us by transporting our parents. Our students, we want to say thank you. The people who make chapatis around, we are saying thank you. Everybody, we are saying thank you. And thank you for being part of this great day. In a special way, I want to thank the parents. The decision you took requires a bit of some courage, especially when an institution is just beginning and you entrust your child to an institution that is just beginning. We want to thank God for that kind of courage. Congratulations. And because of that, the management of this school has taken an initiative that I don't think has ever happened in this country, where we are going to award our parents with certificates for supporting the children to go to school. It's not only the graduates that are going to receive the certificates, but also the parents. You will hang it in your sitting room. Your great-great-grandchildren, when they come, they will get to know that our great-grandfather one time sponsored a health worker in this country. We want to say thank you. To the graduates, the sky is the limit. We'd like to congratulate you. Times have not been easy, but we've been able to persist up to the end. Congratulations, and may God bless you. To those of you who are already in line and struggling to make sure that you also succeed, we wish you all the best. I'd like to let you know that all you need is determination and for you to get to know what you want. And once you do that, with the help of God, nothing is going to be in vain. So trust in God, we are going to succeed. Congratulations. To our guests, can I get the person who has been taking record of our guests so that we use this time to recognize our guests? But meantime, I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the presence of one of the senior citizens in this area, Mr. Grace Tusubira. You're most welcome. Baba situko ubireku abageni bano. Oyo mulangira kuva mu Kigulu, Baba tusangaire. Thank you so much for being part of this great day. Ate waba muzaire. Thank you so much for supporting our institution. Twendo kuba esima mwebale ino mwebalire irala. DJ? Hello? DJ? Thank you, DJ. This being the first graduation of this school, there are quite a number of things that many of you may wish to know. I am sure many people keep asking, why not Ibulanku School of Nursing and Midwifery? And why Leura? And I know many of you have trouble pronouncing that name. But whatever it is, you are actually referring to this school. Leura School of Nursing, where does it get that name? It gets that name from one of the villages in Australia. And that's where the proprietor and the family and the rest of the supporters of this school hail from. That village called Leura has quite a number of people there who are supporting us greatly. You notice that the tuition fees that we pay here is far less than what is paid in other nursing schools. Many of you would have wondered, could it be an issue of quality? We are being subsidized by our friends in Australia and who come from that village called Leura. So that's why you see that our tuition is actually, I think we are the cheapest school of nursing in this country. It is because of that support we get from our partners coming from that village called Leura village, where the family of the late, may his soul rest in eternal peace, Dr. Lukabyo used to stay, and where the rest of the family members are actually staying. And during this function, one of the benefactors of this school will be addressing us, but she will be addressing us right from Australia. You notice that there are some screens that have been put in those tents, so we shall be watching her as she gives us her speech. But I want to thank you so much for continuously supporting us. Amidst us, we have the Inspector of Schools of Wifery District, Mr. Sechimuli Swaibu. Thank you so much for being with us. Could you please wave to the guests? He's the Inspector of Schools. Thank you so much for supporting the education, and especially the education, the health education. We are indeed very grateful. We want to welcome each one of you, the members of the board. Many of them were here, but they've gone up to receive the chief guest. The tutors have also gone to receive the chief guest, but they are with us here. To let you know, once again, the chairperson of the Board of Governors of this school is Professor Christopher James Bakwesewa, and is also a son of this place. The vice chairperson, in that order, we have also the director, Mr. Sulaiman Lule, and then we have the principal, Sister Francis Najuko Murumba, who is the principal. But let you know, the school, especially the tutors, are citizens who are highly trained, who have been in the profession for so many years. Like I told you, the procession is getting in here, and once they get in here, we are going to follow the program as earlier read out. Once the procession gets here, we shall all stand up and sing the anthems in this order. We shall start with the national anthem, and then we shall follow with East African anthem, Busoga anthem, Nurses anthem, and then the school anthem. You notice that on the program, we are supposed to have prayers after the anthems, but there has been a change. So the prayers are over, and therefore, after that, we shall follow the program where the chairperson Board of Governors will invite the chief guest to constitute the congregation into the first graduation ceremony of Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery. But we want to say thank you so much, everyone. We've seen all of you. We want to thank you for being part of the development of this place. We'd also like to recognize the presence of one of the senior citizens in this place, Mr. Joseph Tibita. Could you kindly, I know you're weak, but you could wave to the people. Bawuvireku Mzee Joseph Tibita, webale mnange mwebale okugagira ekitundu okwongera okukulankulana. Thank you so much. Omulangira ate former chairperson Wifery C3 Mwami Muwaya Baba Tsangairo kubona wubira kwa abageni baife bano. Mukwano gwange no Sheikh Muzamiru baba ubira kwa abagenyi bano oyo abaire chairperson w'ekyalo kino okuva mwami Kaguta bwe yayidda ku ntebe. Baba tukusiima olw'enkulankulana eneidye ku kyalo kyo era weebale kukigagira. Thank you so much. The procession is about to get to us. Abo abaana abali kutuuka bava kutambula ku nibandi okuva eidudi okutuuka wano. Abantu ba community eno bamane nti galiyo ekijja mu maiso wano. Twayese abazaire okuva mu kyalo kino twagiire okukola mu embalirira nga tulina abaana batono ino abava mu kyalo kino nga basomera wano. Kale bana twenda okwongera obakubiriza nti muleeta abaana nga bwe mbakobeire nti fees daife nedikasinze kuba ntono mu nursing schools donadona mu Uganda. Tirwakuba nti byetusomesa wano tina ebikalamu aye lwakuba tulina emikwano gyaife abazungu abaako bati buli mwana aidha okusomera muno twidda kumuteerawo akakaire k'esente. So kyova obona nti sente edo ntono ku ate n'ekindi omuntu gaawulira ati miliyoni ndala n'ekitundu ati menze bukyanzaalibwa tifunanga ku sente edo. Bw'oleeta omwana idda bw'ofunayo emitwalo 3 twidda gafuna otukoba oti kabiri ndakuleeta yagandi wiiki eidda otyo mpola omwana asome. So mutabeeyo and you think maybe you have to pay everything. If you can afford, well and good. But if you can't afford to pay all the money at a go, you are always welcome. We shall always negotiate. We listen. And that's the reason we are growing so fast. But I want to thank you. Mwebale kwidda, muli balungi, musengo abongere enkabi. DJ tuwe muka interlude wao, mpola. It is our day. You can stand up and dance. Katonda yabadde mwene songa. It is your day. It is your day. It is your day. We can have some fun. Oh, congratulations. This is your day. Yes, it is your day. You have reason to be happy. Hello? 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 Yes, it is your day. You have reason to celebrate.
Yes. Check 1, 2. Yes, okay. Yes, all right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. I have a very special reason why I have invited the graduates to have some dance here. I want to let you know that these pioneer students, when they sat their national exams, they all passed 100%. We did not have even a single failure of even a single paper. Bona nga bwe batyama babita 100%. Congratulations. Ekyo ti kyangu nga institution yankatandika ate abaana bona nibabitanga kuzira agwire wairogu. So banange, congratulations. Ate the reason they are being so happy like that, nti bona ezirazira mulimo. Many times we attend graduations, wabona ngola ali ati ainga tithe alaga ali celebrating ainga tithe bijamma isobana wanava. They are all working. And want to congratulate you. Continue serving the nation. We are proud of you. Congratulations. Ekyonenza okukibakobera nti abaana baife abasooka okutyama babita bona kuzira yagwa. Ekyo tikitera kubaawo. Aye kibaire gano mu Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery. Congratulations, our graduates. Thank you. I would like to once again welcome our guests. We've seen you. Today is a day for us to continuously celebrate, because this is not a mean achievement. Just to give you a brief history of this school, is that there was a time when Dr. Lukabyo came back from Australia, and when he got here, one of the challenges that was facing this community was health related. Nga tulwala, and we had nowhere to get treatment. We had to move long distances to get treatment. So some of the few young men and women of this area wanted to train as nursing assistants. But at that time, it was the time when government had abolished that slot of nursing assistants. So that is when the idea of coming up with a nursing school was born. But before that, he started a clinic here on a small scale. It started as a small clinic where we were getting treatment from this place. And because of the support of the people from Lula village in Australia, They gave us more support, and the clinic was elevated to Health Center 2. From Health Center 2, it was elevated to Health Center 3, and now we are a Health Center 4. We want to thank you, Dr. Lukabyo. May your soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you for having that great idea. If it were not for him, probably would not be here today. But because of that particular idea is the reason we are all gathered here today. And thank you all for being part of developing that dream that is coming true today. Congratulations to everyone, and thank you so much. So when he started that, the idea of the nursing school now came in. We started by getting some volunteers from Australia who would come around this village, and we used to have a free medical camp where they would come and give us treatment. But then that was not so possible, given that they needed some equipment, they needed infrastructure where to keep the equipment and probably also do the health service. So that's how the health center developed, and that's how the idea of also developing a medical nursing school started. We are hopeful that in a few years to come, 1 or 2, we are likely going to be elevated to a full hospital. When you get to that Health Center 4, the facilities that are in there are not found in any Health Center 4 in this country. There are high-tech equipment there, highly trained staff who are giving a very good service. So when you fall sick, please, we have a nice place to take care of your health. I would also like to make some special announcement. I am sure many of you may be inconvenienced. Our places of convenience are just up there. So when you feel like you are inconvenienced, for the ladies, just after that storage building, just behind there, is where the place of convenience is. So in case you are inconvenienced and you have an activity you want to perform that you cannot delegate, which you must do yourself, so you just move over there. And then for the gentlemen, we shall move up there on this other side. There is an opening there, so you go and relieve yourself there. Kyembaire ndigezanga kukoba nti bw'owulira ng'oyenda okwekyusaamu uko. Network y'amasimu egemera einuma wa kizimbe ekyo, network y'abakyala nga einuma wawo, then ey'abaami nga einuma gale w'ekizimbe ekyo w'ojja, oba oli awo n'einuma awo tukozeewo kwa kali temporary osobola okubitira kwawo in case oba nga galiwo ekikwetaagisa okwekyusaamu. But I want to thank you. Nti banange mwebale. The procession is beginning to slope down here to the graduation arena, and the function will move as earlier scheduled. But I want to say thank you so much for coming. Tubaniriza mwena mu bitibwa byaimwe. Wagati waife tuliwo ni chairperson ononeze kumwandula mukaseera akatuufu nga twena tusiriikirire nga ni chairperson waife OLC1 owa Ibulanku Mwami Edward Nkutu baba tusangaire okubona situkowubire ku abageni bano. Oyo ni chairperson waife ow'ekyalo kino munanga oli wa mukisa ekyalo ky'okuba ku institution eyaga wano. Era ndikusaba ndikubiriza abataka ab'ekyalo kino baleeta abaana muno, kabiri abaana balobe nga kuva luuyi ng'ate abaagano tibasoboire kukola ki kwidda. Kyembaire ndibakoberanga nti sente daife nga za nursing school yindi mu Uganda esasuza sente de tusasuza. Kyova tusasula ntono nti galiwo mikwano gyaife ab'okuliya mu Australia abasalawo nti buli mwana bajja kumuteerawo akakaire kalamba ak'esente. Kyobonanga esente ensaamusaamu ate tuwulirisa bw'oleeta ya 5 omwana yasoma, wanonya ya 4 omwana yasoma. Tosobola kufuna sente dano namu bw'oba k'osoboire kirungi ino ayi bw'oba ketusoboire oyidda twayogera abazaire bano bayidda kubakobera nti tutyo bwe tubaye tukola ki tutyo bwe tubaye tutambula ndakuleeta ate baatuukiriza baaba balungi. Thank you so much for supporting us. Tubeeyanziza ino banange. Procession eri kuserengeta tujja kutandika era bwe tunaatandika bano n'aboogezi betujja okuba nabo. I'm preparing them. Twidda kuba ni chairperson LC1 adda kwaniriza abageni, principal adda kwogera, managing director adda kuwaayo speech, chairperson board of governors. Then twidda kufuulira okwogera kwa Mrs. Sheila Davidson Lukabyo. Ayo yonga bwe mbakobeire, she will address us. Ali mu Australia atasoboire kuyidda. Aye adda kwogera niife ng'ali eyo nga tumuwulira ate nga tumubonaku. Aliwo screen edodde batayiraawo twidda kuba nga tusobola okumubonaku ng'ayogera yetuli waire ng'ali mu Australia. Then twidda kufuna registrar Uganda Nurses and Midwives Council adda kwogera yetuli, chairperson LC5 w'Ebugweri bwana amala RDC ayogere, area MP, then chief guest. Okwogera okwo kunaaba kuwoire. We shall now go to the main function where the principal will invite the tutors to present graduates for the award of certificates. And thereafter, the principal will invite the registrar, Uganda Nurses and Midwives Council, to administer the nurses' oath. Then we shall have the chief guest awarding certificates and to outstanding graduates. And then we shall have the director awarding certificates to parents. And then we shall invite the chief guest to dissolve the congregation. So that's the order we are going to follow. But we are saying we are most welcome, each one of you. Banange mwebale kwida. Twenda okusiima okubaawo kwa Mwami Mugabe Max Abraham, HM wa Mulanga Primary School. Baba woli osobola owuubira ku abantu baife bano. Baba tusangaire okubona. Twenda okusiima okubaawo kwa Mama Robina Muwayi. Mama webale kubaawo ate nga ni mama wa director ow'ekifo kino. Mama tusangaire okubona. Webale kuzaala mwana mukalamu ate n'okuza bulungi ate n'okuba n'engozi enangu. Thank you. So the procession, once they get here, we shall all stand up and then we shall be told what is going to come next. But we will be singing the national anthem. That is what they call an academic procession. It's a procession with high academicians, highly qualified academicians, many of them who are actually managing this institution. We want to thank you, we want to thank every one of you. But we also like to request you to observe the SOPs. If you have a mask, put it on. We still have that scourge with us. The procession is getting here. Thank you so much. You are all welcome. It's a special day for us. You may be wondering, the lady, our student, holding a lamp, that lamp was the one that our patron, or in the world of nursing, that's what she used to use to go and treat people in the villages. Nightingale, Florence Nightingale, was always using that lamp going around treating patients. So that's why you see that sign of the lamp. Thank you. The procession is getting here. Can we all stand up Can we all stand up? That's the procession getting in here. You're all most welcome. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. Thank you so much for being part of this development in this area. And thank you so much for being part of the development and improvement of the health services in this country. We are indeed very grateful that you are with us here. Yes, yes. Kindly, as we made the early arrangements, guide the procession to get to where they will sit. I'd like to welcome every one of you. Thank you so much for being part of this great occasion. The main function is just about to start. Thank you, thank you. Can the students taking photos with the phones move away from there? Thank you. Yes. So thank you. Thank you. I am taking some small little time for our guests to settle in before we go to the next item. Yes. You're all welcome. Thank you so much for being part of this special day. Thank you, thank you. The procession is still settling in the tent. Yes. Thank you so much. We'd like to welcome every one of you and to let you know that this is how the program is going to follow through. Let me prepare the choir to give us to lead us in the national anthem. We shall follow that order, the national anthem. We shall sing the East African anthem, Busoga anthem, Nurses anthem, and lastly, we shall have the school anthem in that order. So the choir is going to lead us in the national anthem, and I will kindly request whoever has the health and ability to stand up, please stand up. Yes, the people seated there, please stand up. We are going to sing the national anthem, and it is required of us to always stand up and respect our country. Choir, are you ready? Yes. nurses anthem. Thank you, choir, for leading us through that session of the anthems. At this juncture, I would like to ask the choir to remain here. Just after the function that is going to be performed, we shall have a music interlude, okay? Thank you. So I'd like to take this opportunity to invite the chairperson, Board of Governors, to kindly invite our chief guest to constitute the first graduation ceremony of Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery. Chairperson Board, you're welcome, sir. DJ, please.
Distinguished Chief Guest, on behalf of the Board of Governors, management and staff, having been satisfied with the training and examinations conducted by the Uganda Nurses and Midwives Examinations Board, I have the honor to request you to constitute the first congregation of Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery on the 28th of January 2022.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me as chief guest, I take the honor to constitute the first congregation of Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery on the 28th January 2022.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Our chief guest, we can take our seats kindly. Thank you so much. Before we move on to the next item, we are going to have a music interlude, and then we shall let you know what is going to follow. Thank you. Choir, give us an interlude.
Kwebaza baba, ze kwebaza mama. Oh, walonde isomero masomero webale. Tebaza founda daleti lukabyo. Seida lukabyo. Bakagwa mwebale. Bakagwa mwebale. Eri kumutindo. Director Baba aneza steering tojire kula ngakoteire ya mulembe bamulembe ya mulembe sula ya mulembe ya mulembe ya mulembe ya mulembe amasanyalaze galiwo n'amaadi gona galiwo standby generator yona eriwo kondisiva environment ya mulembe oh wababa nimwe bamama eryabasawo
Leura School of Nursing
eibulanku essomero lyaife essomero lya mulembe amadiini tutisosola buli diini tulyaniriza abasiraamu tubaaniriza n'abakristaayo amawanga tutisosola buli iwanga tulyaniriza abazaire ekyo tubasaba mwongere abaana baide tusoma obusawo tukuguke ife mu byobulamu tuwange iwanga lyaife tusobole okukulankulana bababa eryabasawo eibulanku essomero lyaife essomero lya mulembe Leura.
Thank you, choir, for giving us that interlude. Thank you so much. Honorable Minister, present here, members of Parliament that are present with us here, Chairperson LC5, the Registrar, Uganda Nurses and Midwives Council, all our guests, members of the board, the teaching staff, all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, would like to welcome you to Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery. We want to thank you for honoring our invitation and for being part of this historical day in the school, in the Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery. We want to thank you so much for supporting us, and want to thank you in a special way, Honorable Minister. We'd like to request you to convey our gratitude to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, for his visionary leadership that has allowed these kinds of institutions to come up to assist in solving the challenges that continue to face our health sector in this country. Your Honorable Minister, this is Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery, a brainchild of our former High Commissioner to Australia, the late Christopher James Lukavio, who bore this idea of starting this school. It started as a clinic where we faced quite a number of challenges here, health-related, and thereafter, the idea of coming up with this school was also born by the same gentleman. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Honorable Minister, to let you know that this school started way back in 2017, and we are now those years old. But the developments have been so tremendous that in a very short time, a place that started as a clinic, we moved to Health Center 2, Health Center 3, now we are at Health Center 4 with a fully-fledged School of Nursing and Midwifery. just to let you know, Honorable Minister, is that the special thing that we are celebrating today about our graduates was these are our pioneer students, and when they sat the national exams, they passed 100%. We did not have a single failure, and we have no plans of having any failure. All the plans are for us to continuously succeed. We also train nurses. You have seen what they have exhibited. Even after administering the medication to the patients, they can afford to dance for the patient, and the patient will feel at peace. And definitely, the nurses we are training here are nurses that are going to make a difference. We have seen challenges in the hospitals, and now we are training for better services. Honorable Minister, the rest of the details will be given to you by the chairperson board and the managing director, who will also give us a little more detail and also take the opportunity to introduce to you most of the guests gathered here. But most importantly, the school is headed by Professor Christopher James Bakwesewa, who is the chairperson of the governing board. He's a professor, and I also like to let you know that the board is constituted of highly qualified, experienced citizens of this country. And our students are in good hands, Honorable Minister. So at this moment, I would also like to prepare the chairperson LC1, who is going to give us his first communication, and thereafter we shall also let you know who is coming next, but it's going to be the principal of the school. So at this moment, I would like to invite the chairperson LC1 of Iblanku, this village where we are, to give us welcome remarks. You're most welcome, chairperson.
Emirembe n'okusaasira bibe buli ku muntu ali mu kifo kino. Honorable Minister, Chairman 5, Mukaire Wifery Radis, abakulembeze mwena ab'ebyobufuzi, buli muntu mu idaala lye. Chairman board w'essomero lino, Director, n'abasomesa, abakozi mwena aba wano. Nenda kusangaza buli muntu kinomu, abazaire, abaana, buli muntu aide mu kifo kino, musangaiza webale kwida. Nga amaze okusangaza abantu mwena, nenda kutwala kusiima. Nja kutandikira kusiima bazaire. Nti abazaire mwakoze omulimo, mwebalire irala. Kubanga timwakomye kukuzaala kwonka, mwasomeisa, mwagereire, ate mwapiisa abaana baba n'empisa. Amasomero agafaanana ku nga gano kasagaweza abaana, oyagana ng'ebizibu biriwo kamaala. Bukyanga isomero lino litandika nkalifunawo kizibu kyona. Nenda kusiima bazaire ku lwekyo nti mwebale omulimo gwe mwakoze. Bwe mala nsiima abaana nti abaana mwena mwebale kwegaayo. Abaana abasinga balowooza nga babaleeta wano bali kusomera babaleese wano. Ali kumuweerera ati yasomera. Aye nga ali kwesomera mwene. Omuzaire ajali ako katono ajali abokunkumusa. Nenda kubasiima nti mwebale kusoma, mwebalire irala. Olwaleero lunaku lwa kusiima, nenda kusiima chairman board. Okuvaayo ye yava ne yeegaayo naida ku kaalo kuno ye azaalibwa nako bati kankolera abantu bano sebo okoze omulimu gw'amaani nenda kusiima weebale ino weebalire irala. Nenda kusiima manager olwaleero manager bwali kwaga atyo abatamwidi yavuire olowooza nga yazaalibwa kayaga atyo era nga yazaalibwa kabinaali bikola emyaka gyazimbuluke buzimbuluke wa myaka mito olwaleero esente dino yandibairako ati nze lwaki tijja hotero yandigirenga ati nja Mombasa nja wale yino we yandiririire olw'okubanga ali mu sente yeegaireyo okukolera ekyalo kino okukolera igombolola lino okukolera district ya Bugweri era okukolera Uganda kubanga singa tikwegaayo bino tibyandituuseewo. Nenda kusiima muna director webale omulimo guno gwokoze webalire irala agukoze nakwebuuza agukoze n'okugumiikiriza agukoze n'okuba n'empisa kubanga za nsonga lwaki Professor Bakwesewa yandibaire wano yebuuza ku bantu ng'abo yebuuza waliwo omutabane wange ali miyandu eyo perezi bokumune yebuuza ni ku bantu ba wansi Honorable Mire abaire wano ino era nsonga mu kifo kino kye tulimu Honorable Mire situka kuba kubona eyo nsonga nkulu ino mu kifo kino kye tulimu Sheikh Muzamiru Maganda nsonga nkulu ino mu kifo kino kye tulimu. Nenda kusiima abantu ba kyalo kino nenda bategeeza nti abasoga tulina ekizibu ky'amaani twerwanisa beene olwaleero ekyalo kino kiri oseti kiri mu busoga kubanga ekyalo kino kyasangayiza enkulankulana eno era kyagenze era enkulankulana eriyamba ino ekyalo buli kantu abaana bano bali kagula mifaliso bali kugula buli ebiribwa buli kintu bali kigula. So nenda kubebaza nsembyayo kwebaza omugenzi Lukabyo nibe yalekawo abakatuwanirira abawanirira ekyalo kino nti beebale ino beebalire irala kubanga twatandika n'akanaikonta kalala wale twayizaako akalwaliro olwaleero tulina isomero era tulina gulwaliro tiroba kubasiima banange era tusiima omutonzi nti yeebale kubakozesa ate yetwena yeebale tukozesa. Sebo Honorable Minister oyo niibulanku mbasangayiza ekyalo ky'oidye mu kituufu era otyayime mu kifo ekituufu mwebale kumpuliriza.
DJ, Honorable Minister, the guests gathered here could be wondering, you know, now that you put on a mask, sometimes it's difficult for one to identify who is who. I would like to tell the congregation that our chief guest is Honorable Obua Dennis Hamson, who happens to be the Minister of State for Education and Sports. Can we welcome our minister, our chief guest? And Honorable Minister comes from East, and you know all wise men come from East. Honorable Minister, I want to thank you so much for supporting us. Honorable Minister, before I invite the person of the principal to address us, I would also like to let you know that the area member of parliament is also with us, Honorable Abudu Katuntu. You're most welcome, sir. We'd also like to let you know that Honorable, she's commonly known as Obangaina in this place, Honorable Rachel Magola is also with us here. Thank you so much. You did not only see her smile because she was putting on a mask when you were singing. She's a fan of music. Honorable, you're most welcome. Thank you. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. Honorable Minister, with us is also the RDC, Miss Birungi Rose, the RDC of Wifery, Mama Tsangaire. Thank you so much for supporting us, and thank you for ensuring that this place is secure for everybody who comes to this place. Thank you so much, RDC. So, Honorable Minister, we also have the members of the board seated in that very tent. We have a seasoned educationist, Mrs. Impata Ruth Isabidie. Mama, thank you so much for being with us. She happens to be also my teacher. I am what I am because of that wonderful lady. May God bless you. So, Honorable Minister, I would like to take this opportunity to invite the principal to address the congregation. Principal, you're most welcome.
Distinguished guest of honor and distinguished members of the Nursing Council and the UNEP, the area MOP, RDC, all the local council authorities, the Board of Governors, director, the directors of sister schools and the colleges, the teaching staff, graduates and the parents, the students' body. You are all welcome to Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery. We are humbled that you have honored our invitation. Please feel free and lovely. We are grateful for you graduates, since you are the pioneers of this college ever since its commencement in 2017. You came You have come a long way from a small beginning of a few students, but your determination, confidence you put in us has depicted a good gesture for those who thought you could not achieve your goals. Your efforts, confidence, courage has brought all of us together, for we are all here because of your achievement today. On top of that, you have attracted a big number of your friends to join us as a school and also put confidence in Leura, for you will stand to be remembered in future to come. want to thank the director, Mr. Sulaiman Lure, for working tirelessly without hesitation whenever need arises. Thank you indeed for making the Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery a conducive for learning and working place for both learners and the tutors, respectively. It is a great pleasure to thank the proprietors of Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery, the Rukabyo family, to have a foresight for opening up and operating a nursing school in Ibibranku, Bugweri district in the Busoga region. This stands to be a big development in this community. We should clap for them. Thank you in your kind hearts for uplifting and promoting the African child, especially of the Blank community. The tutors, you have endured a lot. The task that was on your hands was unimaginable. Your efforts can only be seen on this graduation day. On those smiling faces of both the graduates, their parents, we are humbled. Thank you indeed. Graduates, the skill you have attained so far from tutors are those of the dedicated, devoted, and skillful nurse. Therefore, whenever you serve, please bear it in your minds. It is Leura serving. Observe discipline, hard work, and serve above self. By the way, this is just the beginning. You should strive to study for higher levels as you lift up the flag of Leura higher and higher. We have offered a stepping stone. Stay safe. I congratulate you all up to this great achievement as your first graduation, as our first graduates upon your achievement. Thank you all. God bless you. I wish you the best. Long live Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery.
Thank you so much, Principal. DJ, Honorable Minister, the training here has a motherly touch. And our principal is really a mother, and the nurses we are training here are going to have a motherly touch in everything that they do. So, Honorable Minister, I would also like to let you know that amidst us, we have a distinguished citizen and a resident of this place who happens to be the former Governor Bank of Uganda, Mr. Perez Bukumene. Could you kindly stand up and wave to the congregation here? He was seated behind there. Maybe he has just moved out. But we have him here also, and we have so many other guests as I will continuously introduce them. So we are going to have a music interlude. And after the music interlude, one of the benefactors of this school, who happens to be the wife of the late Dr. James Lukabyo, will be addressing us, but he is in Australia, and through Zoom, through the technology, he will be addressing us. So she's the one going to come next. Thank you. Choir, give us a music interlude.
Sure.
Angelina, wake up, Sherry, my babe.
Angelina, wake up, Cherry, 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 my babe. Angelina, wake up, Cherry, my babe.
Thank you, choir. Honorable Minister, those are nurses. And they are well fed. You could see the strength there. Carrying the ladies on the back. Those are the nurses we are training here with all the skills that are required. Thank you so much, choir. Honorable Minister, as the entertainment was going on, the chairperson LC5 of Bugweri arrived. Kindly, Honorable Chairperson, could you wave to the congregation? Chairperson LC5 of Bugweri District, we congratulate you and want to thank you for all the support that you continue to give us. I am saying all this to allow the colleagues who are connecting, the benefactor from Australia, Mrs. Sheila Davidson Lukabyo, to be able to address us. So when you're ready, kindly let me know. Honorable Minister, with us here, we have Omumbeda from Obwachiguru, Mrs. Nachidoido, Mama Tsangaire. Thank you so much for supporting Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery. With us also, we have Mr. Balaki Andrew, I hope I pronounced the name well, the DPC of Bugweri. Could you kindly rise up? He's seated just behind there to ensure that you're safe, Honorable Minister. Thank you so much. I am saying all this to prepare you who are connecting, Mrs. Sheila Davidson Lukabyo. She's the one supposed to address us. So once you're through, let me know. Honorable Minister, to let you know, this school has a population of over 500 students who are training here. The director will give you those figures in terms of male and female so that you get to know how we are moving. But would also like to thank the government of the Republic of Uganda, where your minister and the Minister of Education and Sports want to thank His Excellency in a special way for his visionary leadership, especially in allowing these institutions. But we also want to kindly request that as government continues to support the investors who happen not to be the type of our color, we could also look at these kinds of investors in terms of having tax holiday and some kind of support given the contribution that we give to this nation. So we'll be very glad that government continues to support the private investors, especially the local ones, to make sure that they can also do business and support government in its endeavors. Honorable Minister, I am saying all this to prepare the person who is speaking to us next. We have made some adjustment in the program given the changes in the timelines. The other side is almost getting to midnight, and this person would like to go to sleep. So that's why we've made some changes, and she's not so well that she can sit for a long time to wait until the function ends. Honorable Minister, with us also we have a representative of the cow of Bugweri, and he's represented by the DEO Bugweri district. Could you rise up and wave to the congregation, wherever you're seated? Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being part of this special day. But as they continue to connect her, I would like to take this opportunity to prepare the registrar, Uganda Nurses and Midwives Council, to prepare you to come and address this congregation. For purposes of making sure that we keep time, I would like to request now the registrar to come and address as we do the connections to the next speaker. You're most welcome. DJ, you can give us some small interlude as she comes over. The registrar is coming to address us. DJ, you can be giving us some small music as she gets here. DJ. Thank you, DJ.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. Our guest of honor, all invited guests, protocols observed. I want to thank God for this very day. I can say this is my second time to this compound. I came here last year when I was visiting the health center, and this time I'm here to visit the school. I give thanks to God. Our guest of honor, allow me bring greetings from Uganda Nurses and Midwives Council. I'm by names of Christine Nimwesiga, the newly appointed registrar for Uganda Nurses and Midwives Council. I can say I'm not yet even 2 months old, but I thank God I'm moving very fast. It is an honor and great pleasure to be here on the first graduation of this school and share this important occasion with you as our special guest. First and foremost, allow me, on my own behalf and on behalf of the Uganda Nurses and Midwives Council, congratulate all the students who have completed their studies. As a council, we are very happy for such an event as we receive new cadres in the provision of health care to the communities of Uganda and the entire world, well knowing that some of you will serve the world outside the borders of Uganda. Graduates, I know that you have made many sacrifices in order to complete your studies. But I believe it is important on this occasion to recognize not only your own efforts, but the efforts of those who have supported you in your journeys. I have in mind your parents, the family members. I thank you so much for supporting our students. The opportunity to pursue these studies rarely comes without a cost to the student's family. Whether that cost is financial or whether it involves sacrifices of time. Similarly, I believe that none of us would be here today if it was not for this very good school and the staff of Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery. You should as well feel proud of today's achievement. Uganda Nurses and Midwives Council is a health professional regulatory and supervisory body established by the Nurses and Midwives Act 1996 to set and regulate standards of training and practice of nursing and midwifery profession so as to ensure public safety. We are envisioned to regulate nursing and midwifery professions for public safety, mission to set and regulate nursing and midwifery training and practice standards, and we also register and license nurses and midwives and provide professional guidance for public safety in Uganda. Dear guest of honor, allow me use this opportunity to inform the graduates about the functions of the council. This is to help you know where you should run to in matters relating to what I'm going to say. The Nursing and Midwifery Council has the function to regulate the standards of nursing and midwifery in the country. We also regulate the conduct of nurses and midwives and exercise disciplinary control over them. So much as you have graduated, the Nursing Council will keep an eye on you. We also have the function of supervising the registration and enrollment of nurses and midwives and the publication of the names of the registered and enrolled nurses and midwives in the Gazette. We also make recommendations and advise the government on matters relating to nursing and midwifery profession. And we do exercise general supervision. I take the honor once again to congratulate the graduates upon having successfully completed their respective courses of studying and joining the health profession. As nurses and midwives council, we are grateful for the tremendous effort and contribution the school has made in building the health sector through training and observing the standards of training as laid down by relevant regulatory bodies. Our dear graduates, allow me further take this opportunity to inform you that you are all required to register with the Uganda Nurses and Midwives Council so that you are permitted to practice what you have trained in without any professional hindrance within 1 year of completion of your studies. Short of that, you will be subjected to a clinical placement for a period not less than 3 months. Therefore, to avoid such a scenarios, I request that you come and register as soon as possible. I acknowledge that there has been some challenges that may have made the registration slow, but I want to inform you that we are working around the clock to make sure that we start the online registration and renewal. And we have also put some measures to make sure that even those who were affected by COVID-19, we clear the backlog. So with your support and cooperation, we are there for you. However, I'm happy to inform you, our graduates, that sometime now, we are going to be communicating what next that is available for you. Allow me remind you that nursing and midwifery profession is a calling from God. It takes want to be disciplined, loving, caring, empathetic, patient, and tolerant to be successful. As a matter of fact, it is a profession of challenges that requires one to exercise high levels of obedience, service above self, and self-pride in being a nurse or midwife. Love it, and God will bless your hands. You are now going to be our ambassadors. Jealously safeguard the glory of our profession. Our guest of honor, the council is very glad for the collaboration the school has exhibited with the council. I would like to further commend the school management for the determination exhibited in steering and managing of the affairs of the school despite the challenges. I am humbled once again by your presence at this important occasion. For those who have graduated today, I repeat, come and register or enroll so that you get the jobs and practice. I wish you a successful career, to love and serve. I say this for God and my country.
Thank you, Registrar. Banange Registrar baligezanga kutukoba mu bumpimpi nti okusooka yebaziza management y'essomero lino okutambula obukalamu. Yayongeraku yebaza abasomye nti yabayozaayoza nti bayisuuke. Ekindi yabakoba nti batere bajje bewandiise bw'omala okusoma gano nursing ife tinifa otukuwa embaluwa ekwikiriza okujja okukola emirimu. Bode eyo gye twese Uganda Nurses and Midwives Council nebawa obuyinza okujja okutandika okukola. Ayenga 70% of our students have already registered. We want to thank you, the registrar, for that good work. Ekindi yebaziza management nti babaire n'enkolagana ennungi ebasobozeisa okukola ebintu kamaala waire nga gabairewo ebizibuzibu. At this moment, reliably informed that Mrs. Sheila Davidson Lukavyo is ready to address us, and I would kindly request you, Mrs. Sheila Davidson Lukavyo, to address the congregation. You're most welcome.
Of the Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery. I want to congratulate all of you who are graduating today. You have studied hard and you have passed your exams well. I hope you have thanked your tutors, for it is because of their good teaching that you have been able to achieve your goal. I hope too that you have thanked your families who must have made sacrifices in order to pay your fees for the course that you have finished. Personally, I would like to thank your tutors and families for all that they have done to produce this fine body of new nurses and midwives. My remarks are addressed to the graduating students. You have come to the end of this stage of your life, but it is really only the beginning. You have passed a number of tests, but the real tests are still to come. Don't think you have finished learning. You will continue to learn throughout your career. If you don't, you are not making use of your experiences. You will face challenges. No doubt you will face some very distressing times, but you will also have triumphs. Don't let your triumphs make you proud. They should instead make you feel humble and honored that you have been able to serve those who need your help. Nursing or midwifery is not a job you have chosen, but a service you have been called to. And never forget, in the life of service to which he has called you. Thank you.
Lost a bit of connection.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Sheila Lukabyo, for that motherly and professional advice. Banange okubakobera kwa katono omukyalo oyo ava okwogera niife ne mukyala w'omugenzi Dr. Lukabyo mwene kirooto ky'okutandika isomero lino ate babayire ni support nnene ino gye batuwa wano, and also to let you know that we have also a system of having highly qualified health personnel in Australia teaching our students online. They sit in class here and they are given those skills that many of our politicians seek to go out, especially when they fall sick. The skills are now home. You may have no reason to fly out to go get treatment because we already have the people who have the necessary skills. Honorable Minister, here with us is the chairperson of LC3 of Iblanku Sub-County, Mr. Ndoga Ibrahim. Wherever you're seated, could you stand up and wave to the chief guest? Is he around? Yes. Where? Thank you so much, Mr. Ndoga. I don't know now whether this school is in your sub-county or it is in the town council. Those are issues. But thank you so much for supporting us. Honorable Minister, with us we also have Uganda Nurses and Midwives Examinations Board, one of the members, and Menya of Bugweri is also present with us. Thank you so much for coming. With us, we have a person who should be known to you very well, Dr. Frank Nawiso. He's also with us here. Kindly, Doctor, rise up and wave. He's a seasoned academician of this land. Thank you so much for supporting the education of this place. We are most grateful that you are here with us. Thank you so much. At this moment, I would like to prepare the chairperson LC5. Baba akaseera ni kano oidde oyogereko eri abageni abakyayire mu district yo. Yeah, we want to thank you so much for continuously supporting us. Thank you.
Honorable Minister of State for Education in charge of sports, Harrison Oboa. In fact, at one time I was confused whether you are a brother to the late Dennis Oboa, who was my boss, because I was the FOFA treasurer and he was my president then. Honorable, I would have wished to be here before you are coming in, but on Monday I buried my sister and the Mufti of Uganda came in today to mourn with us. So that's why I came late. I want to apologize for that. But before I go further, I want to take this opportunity to introduce this man and women before you. I have my district councillors, Honorable Peace, representing youth in the district, Honorable Prose Nambeko, the Secretary for Social Services in the district, Honorable Naigaga, representing this very sub-count at the district, and the Honorable Stephen Batunde, the Secretary for Finance. Let me also take this opportunity to introduce myself. I am Haji Muziransa Shafi, the chairperson, LC5. Honorable Minister, on behalf of the entire district and on my own behalf, I do express our gratitude for your coming to this new district of Wifery. I want also to congratulate the graduates for having successfully achieved what brought you here. Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, the district is very proud of Leura School of Nursing. Very proud. We are proud of you, Leura School of Nursing. We are proud of you for many reasons, but I just want to mention 2 or 3. One is that you are our own. It is one of us in our community that initiated this project. Ambassador Lucavio is a born of this birthplace. So we are proud of this school. Secondly, you have added value to the district status. We thank you very much, the management of this school. And thirdly, we have given opportunity to our community to come and get knowledge from this school. We also thank you for doing this. Honorable Minister, I want to also talk about a few issues concerning health and education in Wifery district. One of them is that these graduates have gone through hard times. Through hard times to achieve what they have achieved, but now after securing jobs from us, they again don't take jobs seriously. Absenteeism, late coming, has become a big phenomenon in this district. Government government promised to provide us with the biometrics machine system to deter late coming and absenteeism, but they have not arrived yet. And yet the problem still continues. Honorable Minister, both Health Department and Education Department, there is a very big challenge of a wage bill. We are restricted to recruiting fewer numbers, yet understaffing adversely affecting quality service delivery. Honorable Minister, the issue of capitation grant to both secondary and primary schools in the district has not been effected in the district, and yet we have opened these schools, and this money is very vital to preparing the opening of the schools. But up to now, we haven't received it since the first quarter. Property salary payment is also a problem to our teachers and health workers. We take up to around 2 months without getting salaries. So this is a very big concern, Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, I want also to report that as we pass out these graduates today, Wifery has offered opportunities to health workers. We are in the recruitment exercise, and now the other commissioner was emphasizing the issue of registration. I want also to emphasize that we have had that problem. People have come to ask for these jobs, but they are not registered with the professional council. So I want to advise you who are graduating today that as you come to seek for those opportunities, please be prepared with the registration from the professional council. Lastly, Honorable Minister, this one I want to say it in Kisoga such that my people get it clearly. Bana abagweri tulimu exercise eya COVID-19 vaccination. N'olwaleero tuva kutongoza mass COVID-19 vaccination. N'olwekyo ndikwenda kubakubiriza mujje mu maiso n'okwegemya obulwaire buno bwa COVID-19. Ate dozi tubaye twakamaliriza okukola ku polio, okugema polio. Ndikwenda kubebaza nti mwaidumbirwa omulimu guno. Aye mu mwezi ogwokubiri February onali kwida obulwaire buno obw'empanama ni bokotolo bwona tuli kubagereza abantu abali kwida okukola ku mulimu ogwo kuba mwejjukire nti ennumeere myaka nga 8 ennume eyo ensonga eyo yagemwaku ayimpega nti twidi yekomye titwidi oba abantu abo bakaalimu oba obulwaire obwo bwawona so n'olwekyo abakugu we baida tubawe sapoti emala. For those few remarks, I want to thank this congregation for having come in big numbers. I wish you a safe journey back home. Thank you very much.
Toyanzi's chairman. Thank you so much, Chairperson LC5. At this moment, I would like to prepare the managing director. He's going to talk to us next. But meantime, I would like to request the band, if you are close here, to get closer here. You are going to give us some interlude. The band, kindly get close here. Is the band ready? I'd like to have a music interlude before the managing director comes to address us. The band. As the band prepares, I think you'll give us a music interlude after the managing director has addressed us. Managing director, you're most welcome. But meantime, the band get ready. You are going to give us the interlude. Thank you.
Our chief guest, Honorable Minister Oboa, the Bishop of Central Busoga Diocese in absentia. He was here before and led prayers, but he had other commitments and he begged to be excused. The RDC of Wifery, our area members of parliament, I've seen Honorable Katuntu, Honorable Rachel, the Registrar of Uganda Nurses and Midwifery Council, the Executive Secretary, Uganda Nurses and Midwifery Examination Board, former Registrar of Uganda Nurses and Midwifery Council, the Chairman, Board of Governors, Professor Christopher James Vakwesega, political leaders from our district, led by the LC5, government leaders and representatives, cultural leaders present, Omulangira Menawa Bugweri, we recognize your presence. The principal of Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery, principals of sister nursing schools present, the head teachers of schools, secondary schools and primary present, the chairman, local council 1 of Ibulanku village, the people of Ibulanku, Abataka abe Ibulanku, Abagole Baife, the graduates, the parents and guardians, our neighbors to the school, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. What a joyful day, Friday. It is a great pleasure and privilege to welcome you all to the first graduation ceremony at Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery. It gives me great joy to congratulate the graduates who have successfully endured to this day in spite of the severe pains and stress of COVID-19 pandemic. Congratulations. I would like also to extend my strong gratitude to the parents and guardians who have had to meet what often looks like endless payments of tuition and functional fees. Abazaire nenda okubakoba nti mbayozayoza era nkiidhi nti fees olwisi daafuuka otitidikoma n'ebintu ebindi ayo olw'okuba tulina ebiditwala bingi mwebale okwegaayo. You really deserve a break, and I am happy for you that you are not only getting a break but seeing what you paid for. Ndikukoba nti timuli kuwumula buwumule kusasulira ku kino ekiketezo oba ekitundu kye baakamala waire bakaida kweyongerayo. Tubayozaayoza olwekyo aye era tuli kubakoba nti kye mwasasulira muli kukibona kuti banange munkubire ku mungalo. I may take this opportunity to thank the tutors, mwebale ba tutors, clinical instructors, the staff of Leura School of Nursing for the job well done. Mwebale okutendeka. Mungane, I give you some hint of the background. Esomero lino. It all started way back in 1996 by some girls of this village wanting to train as nursing assistants at Ibulanku Community Health Center. However, this slot did not exist in the structures of the Ministry of Health as it had been phased out. Therefore, in 2016, a proposal was written to the Ministry of Education and Sports, which came to verify the suitability and capacity. You heard from the Registrar of the Council, she was here in that capacity sometime way back. Therefore, in November 2017, a license was granted, and we started admission. We started with 30 students then, offering two programs, that's certificate in enrolled nursing and certificate in enrolled midwifery. But by the time they sat for their final exams, there were only 22. This was due to financial constraints, majorly. The school, as I talk now, has not only grown in infrastructure, but the enrollment has increased. As you've heard from the previous speakers, it is now slightly above 500 students. The school has well-trained tutors and instructors who have passed on soft skills and abilities to the students. The graduating students are competent, and I am sure they will be good employees. The chairman, LOC5, I promise that for those who have registered, yes, let them come and you offer them the jobs. You have just advertised them now. Barange, emirimu giri ebugweri, you put in your applications. I would like to assure the graduates that for the time I have been the director of Leura School of Nursing, I have become increasingly convinced that there are two things that could never be taken away from you: your faith in God and your education. God has a purpose for your life, and that purpose will be fulfilled. No man can nullify the purpose of God. So go home, celebrate, be confident that God has brought you this far, despite the turbulence you have experienced. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Do not underestimate the power you have to bring hope and joy wherever you find yourself. Distinguished guests, allow me to introduce some special guests who have attended this function. Allow me to introduce the Registrar of the Nurses Council. She has been here. Please, I request once again you stand up for recognition. We are also honored to have the Secretary, Uganda Nurses Examination Board, represented by Madame Agnes Wada. You're welcome. I would like also to recognize in a special way the presence of my brother, Perez Bukumene. Please stand up for recognition. Allow me to recognize the presence of not only my teacher who taught me this English I speak, Teacher Nkutu. Ekobera abantu oti oyo Olugereza lwafuuwa niwe. Omwami Nkutu tusangaye. I would like also to introduce in a special way Mena Wabugweri. Oyo Mulangira tasituka tusiimye okubaawo okwo webale baba okwida. Mungane again in a special way to introduce Dr. Frank Nabuiso, a friend to Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery. Thank you very much for coming. I would like to introduce Omwami Sechimuri Swipe, omusomesa omukugu okuva mu Education Department. Mungane in a special way to introduce in absentia, but they have been online, Mr. and Mrs. John Sowden, based in Sydney, Australia. They are listening. Dr. and Mrs. Fargo Fleming, Mrs. Sheila Davidson Lucavio, all have been instrumental to get us this far. Allow me also in a special way to introduce the able tutors. Some of them are standing here with me, but the principal has spoken here, but I would like to re-echo more and introduce her again, Sister Francis Najuko Mulumba. Please stand up for recognition. I would like also to introduce Sister Chiwa Munulo Betty, a Chief Clinical Instructor in Midwifery. I would also introduce Miss Robin Anaivale, I would like also to introduce Sister Kalembe Monica, our midwifery tutor. She's seated there. Mary Nabuire, Kwagala Aida, our midwifery tutor. Mr. Isabidi Nelson, Mr. Waiswa Richard, Mr. Simon Walusansa, the other members of staff are away, but I would like to recognize our Basa, Madam Fiona Namaganda, but also I would like to introduce Honorable Minister, my dear wife. She has come with me. Dr. Halima Nayumbe. Dr. Halima Naiwombe works with Mulago National Referral Hospital as a pediatrician. Thank you for coming with me. I would like also to recognize the presence of our mama, the wife to Professor Christopher James, Madam Omama Maria Mary. Please wave to the congregation. Bana listi teida kuwayo ayi mwena mwena mbabwine ndine timu edivile Kampala ne timu edivile Soroti Mbale abataka beibulanku. Thank you for coming. Our sister school, these students came from a little school neighboring us. By the way, it is also an initiative of Professor James Lukavio, St. Albans Primary School. Please, students, the pupils stand up and wave to the minister. Yes. I have also, in a special way, would like to end by introducing our hardworking registrar, Mr. Tadeo Nantam. Allow me to thank all of you for sparing your valuable time and attended this event. In a special way, also, I thank our organizing committee, our public address system providers. I'm also reliably informed that we have some people preparing meals here. We thank you so much. The press, thank you very much. The borders who have been ferrying our guests, thank you for really getting them here safely. The list may not end, Honorable Minister. Allow me to end here by thanking everybody and wishing our graduates the best of luck. Thank you very much. Yes, I introduced and recognized our former Registrar Nurses Council, and she had just moved out shortly, but Mr. Wakida John is seated. Please stand up for recognition. Oh, thank you very much for turning up. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Managing Director. We are very grateful for the work you're doing here, and thank you so much for the address. At this moment, I would like to invite the band to give us an interlude. Hope you're ready. Can you please, we have little time, so let's do that so fast. And thereafter, I shall invite the Chairperson Board of Governors immediately after that music interlude. Band, you're welcome. Thank you, band. Thank you so much for that interlude. Thank you so much, band. Thank you. Honorable Minister, with us here we also have the Mayor of Bujiri Municipality, Mr. Chisubi Ayubu. Could you rise up and wave to the guests? Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for supporting us. With us also we have the Director and Principal of St. Eliza Nursing School, our colleagues. Could you kindly stand up wherever you're seated and wave to the guests? Thank you so much. Thank you for being part of this development. We also have with us Prince Chovika Mutwalibi, Deputy Katikiro of Chigulu Chiefdom. Baba tusangaira okubona. Thank you so much for coming. Wevale kubaawo na kutusupportinga. I kindly now invite the Chairperson Board of Governors to come and address the congregation. Professor, you're welcome. DJ.
Master of ceremony, I apologize to break the protocol and to speak from here. I'm doing this with the full authority I have obtained from our distinguished minister, who is the guest of honor. I have prepared a statement and I've had it written. I'm authorizing Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery to introduce it, distribute it to all participants. Number two, I'm sorry to say that I have bad eyes at the moment. And I cannot guarantee that I will read out the entire statement I have prepared. But since it is going to be distributed, I think that will be good enough. But having said that, can I, with the permission of the guest of honor, to allow me to read out the last one or two paragraphs of my statement. Distinguished guest of honor, all members of parliament who are here present, and all government guests, representatives and institutions, permit me to just read out the last statement, the last paragraphs of my paper, which I hope will be distributed to. In conclusion, let me turn to our pioneering graduates and warmly congratulate them on successful completion of their course. To the administrations and tutors who persistently helped them to succeed, I would be failing in my duty if I were to end my presentation without saluting them, especially the director and principal of the school. Records show that you have done very well so far, and the board of directors takes the liberty to encourage you to do even better for the good of our country. To the local community, especially our friends, the Boda people, Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery remains fully indebted to you for your excellent services rendered to Leura School. Can I now ask the graduates the question, how many of you grew up like me? Poor, but grateful to God for having given me life, and proud of my parents for sacrificing their limited resources to send me to school to become what I have managed to become so far. One more word. In life, we become the product not only of our time, but also of our thoughts. To lead a life we choose for ourselves and our families. I thus urge you, graduates, to go into the world, continue to respect God, and remain proud of your parents. Above all, work hard, for it is hard work, coupled with the discipline that will set you free. I thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor, for the wise counsel, and want to thank you so much for the service you continue to offer to this school. We are very grateful. Thank you so much, Professor. Ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to take this opportunity to introduce the manager, Centenary Rural Development Bank, Iganga branch. He's with us here. Could you kindly stand up and wave to the guests here? Thank you so much, Centenary Bank, for the good work you do and for always supporting us, especially in times of need. Thank you. With us also, we have our engineer, the engineer who is helping us with those structures, Engineer Mukama Semei. Thank you so much for the good work you continue to offer. Wherever you are, would you kindly wave to the guests? Thank you, engineer. With us also, we have the sales executive of Impressure Education Solutions, Thank you so much for coming. Could you rise up and wave? Thank you. With us also we have the education department from Obwachabazinga Bwabusoga, and they sponsor quite a number of students here. The members from the executive of Obwachabazinga Bwabusoga Education Department, could you just rise up and wave to the congregation? Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting us. We are very grateful. So, meanwhile, are you ready to make the presentation? I was saying that to prepare you. Thank you. Thank you so much, school choir. Thank you so much, our nurses. Ladies and gentlemen, those are nurses. Tibagoma ba kukyalo kuno, aye basomi. So bw'obaka olyawo ng'obulwaye buli kuluma ng'ali ku idandaba asobola n'okukiniraku bwayira mu kumaanyi oba ayira bukuluma bwakendeera. Thank you so much, school choir. With us here, Honorable Minister, we have Dr. Nakendo Abakar. He's been very instrumental in the development of this school. Dr. Nakendo, wherever you're seated, could you rise up and wave to the congregation? Thank you so much, Dr. Nakendo. Thank you so much. With us also, we have the Inspector of Schools, Wifery. Thank you for coming. District Labor Officer, Iganga, Mr. Waiswa Abeka. Could you rise up and wave? Thank you so much. Diso Wifery District, could you rise up and wave? Thank you so much. He's seated there just to ensure that our security is guaranteed. Prince Nabongo from Busiki is also with us. Thank you so much for coming. Mr. Joseph Tibita, thank you so much for coming. Rise up and wave to the guests. Thank you. You're most welcome. Mr. Augusta Adikuseka, senior citizen of this place, thank you for the support you continue to give to us. I am saying all this to prepare the Executive Secretary, Uganda Nurses and Midwives Examinations Board, the representative, Ms. Agnes Wada, to come and address the congregation. You're most welcome. As she comes, I would also like to introduce Sister Deja. I would also like, in a special way, to introduce Sister Nanyonga Rosemel, the Senior Nursing Officer of Leura Hospital. Thank you so much for coming, and she's also a parent here. Thank you for entrusting your daughter with Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery.
Our chief guest, the Honorable Minister of State for Education in charge of sports, honorable members of Parliament present, the chairperson, Governing Council, the clergy, members of kingdoms represented here, the management and staff of Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery, the parents, the graduates, ladies and gentlemen in your various capacities. I bring greetings from the board members, executive secretary, and management and staff of Uganda Nurses and Midwives Examinations Board. Together with me here is my colleague, the Senior Examinations Officer, Irene Kiprop, who we move together to come and attend this function. On behalf of the Executive Secretary, we are delighted to be invited to be part of this gathering. Honorable Minister, we present our appreciation as Uganda Nurses and Midwives Examinations Board to the Ministry of Education and Sports under the stewardship of Mama, the First Lady and Honorable Minister of Education, Janet Kataha Museveni. She has enabled the leadership to steer this education sector into the right direction. We thank you as ministers of state for working together with her and for supporting the board to perform its duties. But among all, we thank the Ministry of Education for having prioritized the opening of the health institutions, responding to the demand from the Ministry of Health and the rest of the health sector that required staff during the high periods of the pandemic. We thank you as the board. I wish to read verbatim the speech of the Executive Secretary because we are representatives and not the Executive Secretary. My name once again is Agnes Wadad, the Public Relations Officer, Uganda Nurses and Midwives Examinations Board. Allow me to acknowledge the goodness of God who has kept us safe from the raging COVID-19 pandemic that has claimed many lives in the world, including our country, Uganda. At this moment, our chief guest, I request to all of you to take a moment of silence in memory of our loved ones, especially those from the nursing and midwifery fraternity who lost the battle within the battlefield attending to COVID-19. May their souls rest in peace. Amen. I want to inform you that Uganda Nurses and Midwives Examinations Board conducts semester examinations in a cycle of 6 months. The nature of assessment ensures monitoring of acquired knowledge, skills, and attitude by all learners. In view of this, our dear chief guest, I wish to assure you and the people present and all the future employers that the graduates presented before you today have undergone the right training, assessment, and the preparation for the world of work. At this moment, I wish to caution the graduates that the public will continue assessing your skills by watching the way you deliver the required nursing care. It should be your priority to perform all the good values of the nursing profession with the due commitment, integrity, endurance, because nursing is a calling from God. You must be seen respecting the profession, the mentors, your peers, and the patients in order to earn the free blessing that God has prepared for those with humble hearts. Remember that learning does not end with the first graduation. Always endeavor to engage in self-directed learning and experience gaining activities in order to improve your competencies. I also implore you to always practice the soft skills because they are part and parcel of the nursing profession. These include being empathetic to patients, communicating well through attentive listening, giving the right feedback, going an extra mile to offer patients with the psychosocial support that leaves a smile and hope to those distressed. Allow me, our chief guest, to thank the government of Uganda for providing financial support to all schools in Uganda. I thank the local leaders for the moral partnership with the government towards achieving its development agenda. I acknowledge the spiritual nourishment from our clergy who have continued to do God's work in a selfless manner. I continue to pray that God should bless the entire management, the tutors, the staff, the students, and all those who are working together with this school, so that they work in a way that gives God maximum glory. At this moment, our dear chief guest, I wish to thank the parents and the graduates who sacrificed their resources to cater for all the students under your care. This is not a simple gesture. I hereby pray to God to reward you abundantly and also provide jobs and resources to the graduates that will enable them to look after you and all those who are supporting their growth. I wish to remind everybody present that COVID-19 is still with us, and therefore I urge you to continue observing the standard operating procedures at all times in order to protect yourselves and your neighbors. To all graduates, I wish to congratulate you upon successful completion of your studies. Additionally, I want to remind you that the professional journey has just begun. It is now your responsibility to seek the necessary experience to upgrade to a higher education level and, where possible, be mentors to the upcoming nurses and midwives. On behalf of UNIMEB and on my own behalf, I wish all people present journey mercies and God's blessings for God and my country, to love and serve Executive Secretary, Ugandan Nurses and Midwives Examinations Board. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. The representative of the Executive Secretary, Uganda Nurses and Midwives Examinations Board. We want to be very grateful for that message. Your coming here gives us a lot of confidence, especially with the parents, who some may be doubting the qualifications that our students are acquiring from here. But your coming gives us a lot of confidence. We want to say thank you so much for coming. We'd also like, Honorable Minister, with us here, we have the Guild Council. Wherever you are, Guild members of the Guild, could you rise up and wave? Thank you so much for the good leadership that you are giving to your colleagues. We are very grateful. We'd also like to recognize the Mr. Honorable Minister. With us, we have special ladies amidst us who have a heart for education. One of them is Mama Tafasi Isavirye, senior teacher, senior educationist. She's been in the education sector for ages. Thank you so much, Mama Tafas. We also want to recognize Mama Annette Nachiemba. Thank you so much for supporting us, Mama Tweyanziza, webale ino webalire ilala. We also want to recognize Mama Chozira Eva. Mama Tusangaire, thank you so much for supporting the education sector. Honorable Minister, at this moment, I would like to invite the next speaker, who happens to be the RDC of Bugweri District, Mama Ida Oyogere Kweri abantu bo. Mama, we are very grateful for the security that is in this place. Thank you, Mama.
Our Chief Guest, sir, Honorable Minister, Area MP, the District Woman MP, our District Chairperson and your Executive, Owechitibwa Mena wa Bugweri, the Registrar, Uganda Nurses and Midwives Council, the Director, Principal, Chairman, Board of Governors, Management, staff and students of Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery, the graduates, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's with great pleasure that I warmly welcome you to Wifery District in general and to Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery in particular. I also take this opportunity to congratulate the management of this school for its first graduation ceremony for nurses and midwives. On this note, allow me to appreciate late Dr. Christopher James Lukavyo for his good initiative, which is of very great benefit to this nation, and for supplementing government's efforts in improving access to quality science education. Dr. Lukavyo is no longer alive, but he left behind a legacy, and we are all gathered here today because of him. May his soul rest in eternal peace. To the graduates, I sincerely congratulate all of you upon this big achievement, and I thank the parents or guardians for all their efforts to pay your tuition and other requirements. You are the pioneers of this school, and therefore you must be its good ambassadors in the facilities where you will be working. Once you diligently and professionally serve your clients, you will pave way for your colleagues that you've left behind, and every health facility will be yearning to employ nurses and midwives from Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery. I'm confident that you are now competent enough to face the world as professionals. Thanks for choosing a noble profession of devoting your lives to caring for others. I wish all of you success in your career. Honorable Minister, sir, allow me to inform you that 3 weeks back, we had a successful patriotism training in this school, which was coordinated by the DPC and DCO's office in conjunction with the RDC's office. I would like to sincerely thank the director and principal for their cooperation in this regard, and I'm happy to inform you that we have over 100 patriots in this school. Ngamaliriza eri abataka ba Bugweri, njagala okwegatta ku chairman wa district nga bwe yabategeezezza. Ministry of Education yatandise okugema okw'ekikungo, yakutongoza ku Mande, ate nga mu district y'e Bugweri tukutongoza olunaku luno olwaleero. Okugema kuno kugenda kuba kwa kikungo, era tusuubira nti bwe kunaggweera baatuwadde ennaku 7 tutandika olunaku lw'enkya, naye tukutongoza olwaleero. Bwe kunaggweera mu nnaku ezo 7 tusuubira nti tujja kuba tutuuse ku buli bantu abateekeddwa okugemebwa, myaka 18 okudda waggulu. First dose n'abanaafuna second dose. Ne bw'obanga wazimalayo naye ng'emyaka gigenze 5 okudda waggulu, oli wa ddembe okuddayo ofune kye tuyita booster dose. N'olwekyo tukozesa omukisa guno kubanga abasawo bagenda kutambula kyalo ku kyalo. Nsaba ba LC1 chairpersons abali wano nti mutegeke abantu bammwe, ne bwe banaaba mu katale, ne bwe banaaba mu mizigiti oba mu makanisa, gwe bw'obakunga ne bawera tutegeeze, abasawo bajja kutuukako bageme abantu abo. Mbajjukiza okugema kwa bwereere, tewabaawo n'omu abasaba ssente. With those few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to end here, wishing all of you happy celebrations for God and my country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam RDC. we want to say we are very grateful to the government of the Republic of Uganda, especially His Excellency the President, for his visionary leadership that has allowed these institutions to prosper. And maybe through you, would also kindly request that as we continue to support the investors from outside this country, we also support these investors, the local investors. Very important, but we appreciate the support you continue to give to us. Thank you so much, Madam RDC. Honorable Minister, with us also here, we have a senior teacher, Mr. Kavuma is with us here, and he has been sending in quite a number of students. Could you rise up for recognition, Mr. Kavuma? Thank you so much for coming. With us also we have Mama Robin Amwai, very close to the family of Leura School of Nursing. Mama tweyanziza webale kuba nife Mama Mwai webalire irala. With us also we have Dr. Florence Nahamia, who have also been very instrumental in supporting this school. Mama Dr. Florence Nahamia, could you rise up and wherever you're seated? Thank you so much for continuously supporting Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery. Honorable Minister, at this moment, I would like to take this opportunity to invite our area Member of Parliament. Apparently here on the program, we have area MP, but we have 2 area members of Parliament with us here. And therefore, I would like to invite them to come and address the congregation. Honorable members of Parliament, Ms. Honorable Abdu Katuntu and Honorable Rachel Magola, popularly known as Obangaina.
Kale wesitunanga pomwami bwakusula mwogula mwana aguleta mundu ye ulwokusikiriza omwami akwete mama w'abaana obawona bakolweza mwakusima n'omusima tomuwagaako mama nweza kindazi tokwakuboogera agasano kefuge iyeza ku mwindo weebeyebe yafe yange esiba mugira era iwabinga nkwisa bwakigereragano abantu abange bagesigenga kumulira nageryosalira makaweka wayunemanze kuba masinga
Thank you. Our chief guest, the Honorable Minister, the Board of Governors of Leura Nursing School, His Royal Highness the Mena of Bugweri, my colleague, Honorable Katuntu, all protocol observed, I welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to Bugweri District. I'm very honored to be here today because when you see something happening in a district that you're supposed to govern, then you know you have started on a good footing. I wish every person who has resources behaves the way that late Lukaviu did. Because with his resources, he decided to change a community. I just wish everyone becomes a Lukaviu so that in their community, there's something they have done, Uganda will go a long way. Today, we've come to celebrate. Abasomi muliyo. Tama musitukeku. I must confess, I have never been to this campus. I've been 1 year in Parliament, and I say I feel so energized to see young people who are the next generation of nurses in this country. The anthem says it's a calling. And it obviously is a calling from God. You, the nurses, stand between God and the patient to make sure you give life, to make sure you save life. So when you go out there, as you do your duty, remember you are the one standing between God and the patient to save a life. If you do it with love, and then the expertise comes in, I'm sure you'll be saving 1,000 lives like the anthem says. I hope one day I'll be in a hospital and I will be in the hands of a student of Leura. Because the expertise I'm seeing from the lecturers, very experienced people, the board of governors, very highly trained people, people everyone looks up to in this country. This nursing school is in great hands. So, Mr. Director, I applaud you. Because schools are not easy to run. I ran one myself. But when you come to such a function and you see so many young people becoming professionals of a difference. Okuba omusawo banatiibi yangu nze mbitya ondaga empiso nga anumuka misinde. So what you're doing as next generation, remember, tiomukwano, kindness, the love of God makes your expertise useful to your patients. I thank you for taking this profession. It's not a job, it's a calling. So if you go there and you work like a regular job, I'm telling you, you will not succeed. But if you do it because you love the job, then God will be on your side. Abazaire banange, nkomentya, weefiriza akaziga akalungi, weefiriza egomasi, engaito yakutuka, ng'oli kuleeta sente d'abaana bano. Mwebalire irala okwewaayo, mwebalire irala okwefiiriza. Abaana imwe mwidukire ng'akabamba akasooka kajeena. Kubanga beewaayo, baleka ebirungi iwe osome. N'obugambo obwo nenda kubeebaza ino okwidda, nsigaire nga ninze Rachel Magoola, gwe mwakazaako eriyo bbanga ina, abasinga obwera mutyayo muntebe muli kunsoberangaku, muna DJ nsiibula nti ndeke mwani naze. Nao, timusituke mutubone. Musigaire muntebe. Obanga ina, obangeyo, obanga ina, mbona bana tibaidi kuchina, awo wenkomye. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Webale no manaze. Our chief guest, the Honorable Hamson Oboa, Minister of State in charge, Minister of State for Education in charge of sports, my good friend and my dear brother. Your Royal Highness, the Mena of Wifery, all of you in your different capacities, protocol observed. First of all, I would like to thank you, the Honourable Minister, for gracing this occasion with your personal presence. I am coming from a body. I lost my younger brother. That's why you see me dressed like this for an occasion like this. But there is no way I would know you are here and I would not come. There is no way a function like this at this school would be taking place and I would still be mourning. I said, let me have a few minutes to come and celebrate with this institution at the time when I'm mourning my real brother. To the graduates, this is a wonderful day. It's a joyful day.
Many years ago, I went through it. I know what it feels. There are many people outside there who like to be dressed like you, but it has not been possible. You need to thank the Almighty God, but you need to thank these people, your parents. And your parents, dear parents, I'm very, very happy. Nchidi bulungi, many of you are not rich. You will not bequeath anything to your children except knowledge. Mukalina itaka imwe? Mukalina lyo? Ky'onoosobola okulamira omwana wo n'amagezi. Ezira kindi? Abazungu bakoba. At knowledge is a power. Power ye mulifuna olwaleero ni knowledge ey'okuba nti muli basawo. Ate etyenda mulowooze nti koosi yaimwe is a course. Let me tell you. Nga bwe mwidde abasinga obulungi, I am a lawyer. Abantu banje n'okuba lawyer. Aye mbaketi lawyer mu Uganda olwaleero. Ne bankoba ati gye China. Mba ng'ataasoma. Mugitegeire? Okutoola katuntu lawyer n'omutwala e China aba ng'ataakola ki? Kubanga amateeka ag'e China tinaga Uganda. Ayobwanansi niga nakutwala munsi ebakutwala munsi ebeta Venezuela. Oyenda bwa lulimi lwonka and you'll be a profession and you'll have a job. Niga bakutwala munsi ebeta Iceland. You just need to learn the language and you have the job. Nze katuntu gwe muli kulowooza nti ndi lawyer. Nigo ntwala e France. Amateeka ga France gandi ino. I will be like an illiterate. Mumateke France. That is your profession ye munayo olwaleero. So ndiba encouraging. Nti profession, be proud of your profession. Be proud of your profession. Secondly, my younger sister and brothers. Abantu bendidi ku babiri, owundi ali wano. Bamweta Dr. Frank Nabuiso. Bamwogeire ku wanayi mwe temumwidi. Abamwidi eno wano tuli batono. Dr. Frank Nabuiso started with a grade certificate eyo Dr. yali ya grade 2-3. Sorry? Dr. Nabuiso Frank oyo, he started as a grade 3 teacher. Grade 3 teacher nabasomesa primary. Mulikumfuna? From there I went to grade 5. He got a diploma. From there I went what we call undergraduate. Yafuna degree esooka. Mubusomesa. From there, yaja America yafuna master's degree. From there, yayongera mu University ya America yafuna a PhD. From grade what? Imemuleka ebyokuzana ino. Grade what? Omuntu yali grade 3 teacher. He ended up being a vice chancellor of a university. Bino byakusaga bino. Muliwulira lesson ye mulifunya olwaleero. Ate speech yembaire ndekole bale yakulira empegane eno kabiri yakusanuka. From a grade 3 teacher to a vice chancellor of a what? A university. Mwena kemufunye kano kabe katandiko. Rise and rise. It is possible. Mulikufu nabazaire banange. Kisoboka. Dr. Ambassador Lukale. Gale bakobya ati awo ndiyo ni mukazi wange abaire gwe baliko bangawo. Yemerako omukyala darling. Dr. Frank Nabuiso. Mukoba yemmere kubabone ku darling wange. Mubwene oyo. Eyo ni darling wange. Aye ndi n'omuko omuko alinuma eyo gwe balikobanga former deputy governor bank of uganda naidino ndowooza ebya the late ambassador dr lukale byatandika atya gwe tuli ku celebrating olwaleero did he start with a degree maybe mzee buku munene yantukobye then mzee bakwesa yes yasooka with a what yena yatandika with a grade 3 lukwabe muli kwogera the late Dr. Ambassador Lukabi yena yatandika as a grade 3 teacher in Chambok. He ended up with a PhD. Mpegano tuna twidi wano tulikwenu minkiriza ni minisa tumulese because omuntu yatandika with a grade 3 what certificate. It is possible. Mulikumfuna banange. So let this be the beginning. Lastly, ni Professor Bakwesega. Sebo Muzeyi, thank you very much. Tukwebaza. Professor Bakwesega is a distinguished retired son of this land. Mubiseera bye even when he's retiring. Nabatu yamba with Dr. Nabwise okutandika university eyebusoka. Yamala byadobanamu aye ndowooza kuba baali baviireyo. Aye tuligezaako otereza tutwidi oba tunaasobola. University yaga eyebusoka. So in his time of retirement, he's still serving us. We are still tukanununtamu. Tukakola ki? Tukanununtamu amabere ay mukalimu. Amabere muka ebere liri syaye tukanuna. Mulikumfuna. Tulikwebaza Professor Webale ino. What you've done for us, we are indebted. We really indebted. Era ndibasaba banange nadala bava mu biketezo bino. Whenever you have an opportunity, having served all over, come back home and serve your people. Niba nabana bona batubonere ba Professor Muliba bona, ba former deputy governor Bank of Uganda Muliba bona, bana ni bona. So what more do you want? Okukoba nti success is what? Possible. Sorry. What did Professor Bakwesega asomye ka paragraph kalala. Ayi ngaliko bati mumuli kuida mutogera ino. Ni message yabala alituwa. Kale kandekera. Oyo olundi ndisaba director kubamba iretida kwebaza mpegano. Aye chokoze Katonda akusasulemu. I think echo chimala. Nendo okusaba oidewali. Manager Centenary Bank, where are you? You are my manager. You are Mukozi's wife. Holy manager. Where is he? Hey, you come. I'm making a standing order here. Ajira. Mpegano ndimu instructinga. In the presence all of you. Banko byati achimekwa. My bank, my salary account is with Centenary Bank. I'm instructing him. And every year, graduation omwana anasinganga. The first student will be getting a Katuntu prize. Yakakaide kalala 1 million. One what? Starting with this particular class. Okutandika nibani. Era manager wa Centenary Bank aida. This instruction starts today. Every year transfer 1 million shilling from my salary account. Ojite ku Leura. Ai bacheta Leura. Eh? Muluso gaso mechigambe ekyo. Lechi? Leura. Anyway, it is Leura. Tinecho. So manager Centenary Bank transfer 1 million shillings for my salary account every year as a prize for the best student at the graduation ceremony. Thank you very much. Kantolo mukisa guno, I'm sorry I took a little bit longer. My honorable colleague, the honorable minister, our chief guest. But let me take this opportunity to welcome you and address this congregation. Banange musirike ku ebirungi bikaida bwide. Tene ekyo.
Happy New Year! Tell your immediate neighbor, God is good. And all the time. The board and management of Leura School of Nursing and Midwifery, my honorable colleagues in Parliament, our senior member, Honorable Abdu Katuntu. I know now he's an independent member of Parliament, so he is therefore dependable and reliable. The Honorable Rachel Magola, me and her sit on the same side, the right-hand side of the Speaker. I want to thank the people of Bugweri for electing her to give support to Honorable Abdu Katuntu. My Lord Bishop was here. The officials from Uganda Nurses and Midwives Examination Board, Uganda Nurses and Midwives Council, Bugweri